It's Debatable with Mark Gray here on MLBBro.com.
It's your boy, the MLB OG. That is my dude. He is Manny Ramirez Brown. Manny, we got a couple interesting things to get to. Let's go to St. Louis quickly, where there's this phenom, Jordan Walker. And the more and more I look at him, I say, wow, he's playing big early on. Is he the 2023 version of Atlanta Braves Michael Harris?
I'm going to say no, but that's not because I am not bullish on Jordan Walker. I think Jordan Walker has got immense talent. He has got the potential to be one of the best players in all of baseball. So that is not disrespecting Jordan Walker in any way, but that is just me hyping and praising even more what Michael Harris was able to do last year. That is not something that is easily as replicatable, if that's a word, replicable.
It's a word if you're using it, bro.
Every year. You know, Michael Harris had an incredible rookie season last year. Really should have got MVP votes. I mean, that's how special he was for the Atlanta Braves last year. So I don't think that Jordan Walker can do that per se, because, you know, he plays on a really stacked team with the current reigning MVP and a guy who can win an MVP every year in Nolan Arenado. I don't think that'll be the case with Jordan Walker, but he can be close, but I just don't think he'll be Michael Harris this year.
That's why I think he's going to be this year's Michael Harris, for the very reason that you mentioned. You got a stacked offensive lineup around him. It's a solid organization. He's been built for the moment. And it's a different generation. And again, you can't underscore enough how, with the new generation of particularly Black American players who are now going to benefit from their athleticism, he's got the tools. The question is injuries. Is his body ready to take a full season at this level for a team that every year has unreasonable expectations? But when you look at the way that their lineup is stacked and the parts that are around him, and people not wanting to pitch to those Arendados of the world, he's going to see a lot of good stuff, man. And early on, man, I'm really impressed with his plate discipline and a little bit more power.
I don't disagree with everything that you just said there. The only thing I would say, or I would counter with, is Michael Harris kind of came out of nowhere. Jordan Walker was a known commodity. He was a top prospect. A lot of people, there is some expectation with Jordan Walker. You know, he starts with the big club coming out of spring training. That's different from Michael Harris. Remember, Michael Harris came straight up from Double-A. The Braves brought him up last year out of just necessity. They needed Michael Harris.
They needed him, right?
Because they just were injury riddled. I don't think Jordan Walker's in that situation. I almost think that Jordan Walker has more pressure because he is a top flight prospect. Not saying Michael Harris isn't, but Jordan Walker comes in with a little bit of pressure of being this much bandied about ballyhooed prospect, a guy that everybody kind of expected to take that leap this year. And so that's the difference. I think Michael Harris had the advantage of just kind of coming out of nowhere and being like, oh, wow, look at this kid. Michael Harris just came out of nowhere and really did his thing. Jordan Walker's got some expectation. That's the only thing that's the only difference I see between the two.
He transcended talent. To me, the only thing that worries me is his health. I got to talk about the myth, the legend that is Aaron Judge. Got a chance to watch him in his Charm City timeshare last weekend in Baltimore, and he just did his thing. So the question becomes, can Aaron Judge come up with another 62?
If the question is, can Aaron Judge have another monster year, then I don't disagree with that. Aaron Judge is one of the top 2 or 3 baseball players in the world. So yes, he will be in the MVP conversation. Yes, he will have another monster season, whatever those numbers are. I don't think he will recreate the numbers that he had last year, specifically the 62 home runs.
If there's one guy that's built to do it, it is Aaron Judge. I'm putting my money on him.
I don't disagree with you on that if there is one guy that's built to do it, is Aaron Judge. The one caveat I will add, remember, this is the first year where all 30 teams play each other. So the Yankees are not going to feast on the dregs of the AL West and the AL Central necessarily as much. They're going to have to play the Cardinals. They're going to have to play the Mets. They're going to have to play the Marlins. They're going to have to play some of those teams in the NL that have that really good starting pitching. So what I say is that Aaron Judge won't have that ability to necessarily feast on the dregs of the AL East or the AL as much as he had in previous seasons. That's the only thing. I think, would it be surprising if he did it again? No, it was not, because again, Aaron Judge is one of the 2-3 best players in the world. I just think it's highly unlikely that he'll replicate his 2022 season.
Anyway, that's Man. Always a pleasure, bro.
Always a pleasure.
All right, it's your boy, the OG, Mark Gray. That's debatable for this week. Deuces up.
MLBBro.com, covering black and brown major league.